Oh yeah, this is also marked 18 or above, so if you're under 18, good luck to you. This is Internet of Death. This talk has been in the making for
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Well, it's been in planning for 2 years. It's actually been in the making for about an hour.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
Give or take. So, before we get started, there will be a fuck ton of swearing, so deal with it.
We have cleared that with the parents of the young people in the room, by the way, so please don't think that we're being rude on purpose.
Just launch that on the floor.
There is a small person here, and she's happy for us to be profane. Aren't you? Where are you? You're here? Yeah, cool.
Yay.
Okay, so we're good. Are there any other small people here?
Midgets count as well. It's just
You can't call them that.
Okay, sorry. Dwarfs. They count.
God, you're so un-PC.
Okay, right. So before we get started, presenters, sponsors, organisers don't advocate murder, so, okay. This talk's purely a bit of fun. It's an insight into how dangerous the internet can be, and leveraged easily. I stole that from Wikipedia, so you can read it yourself. It's what they put at the end of film saying everything.
It's not called stealing, it's called sharing best practice.
Okay, best practice. But what should be noted is murder is bad and illegal, and if you wouldn't like it if somebody did it to you, so please don't do it to anybody else. However,
if you do, please don't blame us.
Yeah, don't reference our talks. So, who are these two fucking Egypts? So, we've got Brian.
That was super.
Yeah, hello. My name, I don't know, I've got this. I can probably project to the back of the room. My name's Brian Higgins.
Stand to that side. That side. Stand to that
which
side.
side?
That side.
Am I still on camera though? They said stand next to you.
That's fine.
Which is not great for my olfactory senses, quite frankly. Thank God he didn't wear the Pornhub t-shirt, because that thing hasn't seen a washing machine since 2014. My name's Brian Higgins. This is a tweet that was made about me a couple of years ago. So I used to work for the National Crime Agency down in London. I used to work in the National Cybercrime Unit, and my job was cybercrime prevention. Has anyone in the room ever been served with a cease and desist notice? You don't have to. Yes? No, my idea. Sorry. But they're not legally binding, so you're fine. And they don't show up on your DV clearance either. Or mine didn't. So, year before last, I was speaking, because people actually let me do this for a living.
Last year. It's dated.
Is it last year?
Yeah, July.
Awesome. See, short-term memory loss, early onset Alzheimer's and all that other gear. I did a talk and then a panel discussion at the Institution of Civil Engineers in Parliament Square in London, all about how, are there any engineers in the room? They've got this thing called building information modelling, which is basically a bucket of data that everyone can look at, from the CEO to the guy that empties the bins. And there's no perimeter security, and there's no privileged access control, so it's really quite shonky. And some idiot a couple of years ago, they did a BIM for the new build of Victoria Tube Station in London. Don't know if anyone's seen that.
This is your intro, so
I know, I'm going to roll it up, don't worry. Anyway, someone in the government decided, in the interest of transparency, to put it on the internet. And now there's an office of GCHQ right outside there, which is completely vulnerable because you can look at the schematics for their entire building on the internet. Anyway, look it up, it's true. So I was there at the Institution of Civil Engineers, and someone in the audience asked me, why can't we just apply health and safety legislation to the internet to make it safer? Because it works everywhere else, right? Health and safety. And I said, well, actually, the reason we've got such great health and safety legislation in the UK is because lots of people kept getting killed at work, hence murder by internet. And I said, the only way we're going to make the internet safe is if it starts killing people in large numbers. And they tweeted it. It's my favourite tweet about me. I'm at Brian Cyber, by the way. If anyone wants to follow me, I wouldn't recommend it. So then I started chatting to him, because I met him about 6 years ago, at a cyber boot camp at Glasgow Cali that I was running. And, we started talking about the Internet of Death, and that's how this was born.
We started discussing killing people on the internet.
Yeah, so if you want to click through the next 5 slides or so. So the reason I got into this is because, and also I'm a magistrate in England. I'm a justice of the peace. I'm a good person. I've never been convicted of a crime. I've never done anything bad. I've never got into any kind of nefarious activity whatsoever. I'm a nice person, but I do know a bit about murder. So here I am, one of the two. Oh, that's my best one. I've still got the same hair. Yeah, so real gun, no bullets, by the way. Got permission from the Metropolitan Police to do that. So I've got a bit of skin in the murder game, but I haven't actually ever murdered anyone that I'm aware of. So that's me, one half of the presenting team for the Internet of Death, and now I'll hand you over to Andy.
So I'm Andy Gill. I'm slightly less interesting. Not a murderer.
But very ginger.
I'm very ginger. If I go outside, I burn like a motherfucker. But yeah. So I'm not a murderer. Can't prove anything. Did I tell anyone that I bought a blue car? Does anyone follow me on Twitter? Has anyone seen the pictures I put in my blue car? It's great.
I've been in it. It's very blue.
A nice one. Oh shit. I'm just going to leave now, guys. I'm just done. Right. So this is the top plan. This is the plan. So this talk this talk came from 2 years ago when Brian and I were sitting having lunch in Sarti's, which is a lovely Italian place. We'd highly recommend it. And we were sitting chatting to Eamon or something about Eamon's works in police, and then we were chatting about killing people and stuff like that. This sounds really bad, but yeah, we were talking about that, and we went, right, we need to do a conference talk, because there was lots of conferences happening at the time. BSides Edinburgh was coming up, so this must almost be 3 years ago now. Round about December time. Fuck it, the Internet of Death. That's a good title. This is how I do talks. I come up with a title and then have no idea what I'm going to say come conference time, and still have no idea what I'm going to say. And we're into the talk. So I went on Google and I looked up, how do you kill someone? Wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. It's, there's some great BuzzFeed articles on it. But yeah. So recipe for a murder is stage 1, or stage 0, which is you need motivation, method, and opportunity to commit a murder, which we'll talk about in a second. The next stage.
Crack on, don't worry about him, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's got ginger hair.
It's just going to be me.
That's the least of his issues.
The rambling ginger. I think you'll find I'm the thinker and you're the enforcer, as the taxi driver said this morning.
Why have you worn a green t-shirt? Green and orange. Bad, man.
Anyway, right, so then we've got picking our target. We were going to murder someone in the room, but then we thought, might go down not so well.
I'm still contemplating it, actually. Now he's here.
Well, now Steve's here, right? So we have a willing volunteer, do we? So we have picking our target. Then we profile them. So most people in pen testing will have heard of open source intelligence. Most people in police force will have heard of open source intelligence. That's how we're going to profile someone. They're going to be Joe Blogs, do some bits and pieces. Then we need to pick a location, because you can't just murder anyone anywhere. Well, you can, but you sort of need to be near the internet. So Wi-Fi, maybe Starbucks. Then we actually do the deed, like killing the person. We're not going to kill someone, hopefully. And then we have kind of the aftermath, which is probably the longest part of the kind of the murder, as it were, that people don't plan, covering your tracks. Because you see it in Breaking Bad, they dump them in acid, but then you don't think about, right, okay, you're buying the acid, so you're getting profiled at that point.
Spoiler alert, I'm only up to season 3. I didn't know they did that.
Fuck! Well, yeah, okay, well.
Thanks, dude.
It's the ball. It's fine. I'll ruin the plot for any other TV series. It's no problem. So yeah, you've got covering your tracks, and then you've got destroying evidence, which sort of falls under putting the body in acid. Or anyway, we had a long conversation. A few mates of mine about how to drown a body.
I actually know the best way to do it. Can I jump in here?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
With my microphone. So I spoke to a forensic pathologist a few years ago. Don't walk across. And apparently, oh my gosh, they're filming this, aren't they?
Yeah.
Apparently, the best way to A, murder somebody is to inject them with poison into the ring of their backside, because pathologists never look in there, and it's a tiny needle point thing. And B, you wrap them in hessian sacks and garden twine, and then dump them in the deepest lake you can find, because by the time the hessian has eroded in the water and dissolved, and the garden twine is made of copper, that eventually dissolves, by the time that's all gone in the water, there's nothing left but bones, and they sink. So if you want to discern more murder, it's technically not internet related, but if you want to dispose of a body, that's apparently, from a forensic pathologist, the best way to do it.
You could buy the poison on the dark web. You could buy the garden twine from B&Q, get it delivered.
Yeah, but that's technically internet enabled, isn't it? Quite frankly.
You can get IoT.
Anyway, crack on. We're running out of time, and I'm 50 in October.
Woohoo! Right, so recipe for murder, we've got motivation, method, and opportunity. So you need to be motivated to kill someone. You can't just kind of walk out, unless you're a psychopath, you can't just walk out and stab someone in the street. We are in Glasgow. I'll give you that. But generally, you're not going to go and like, fuck it, I'm going to kill someone today. You need to have motivations. You need to be angry enough, or jealous enough, or mental enough, or sad enough.
Or Glaswegian enough.
Or Scottish enough. I'm not going to generalise here. You need to have a method as well. So the kind of underlying theme of this talk is the internet. but the internet's fucking huge. It covers everything. So we're it's vaguely related to technology. So yeah, opportunities kind of, you pick your time. It might be the middle of the night, might be first thing in the morning, it might be when they go to Starbucks, might be when they're at work. We'll cover that later on.
Other coffee chains are available.
Okay, yeah, okay. They might be at
Filming
Coffle.
this.
Coffle's great. Yeah, we're not getting sponsored by Starbucks either. I might be wearing a green t-shirt, but it's nothing to do with Starbucks. So planning. The devil is in the details when it comes to planning, much like when it comes to pen testing or red teaming. So imagine a murder like a red team. You do the open source intelligence gathering. You find out where the person lives. You find out where they work. You find out where your kids go to school. This is getting really dark really quickly. I've not planned this, but so you do all that. You find out what they do for a job. Maybe they work around like industrial control systems or heavy machinery, or I don't know.
Or they might be a sex worker.
Or they might be we said we weren't going to mention sex stuff.
Bugger.
Okay. Or they might have a fetish for electric nipple clamps. Who knows? So we look into, you then look into their personal life and what they...
That's never been proved, by the way.
We won't tell them about last night. Oh shit, this is getting recorded, isn't it? Anyway, fuck.
Crack on, dude. We're burning daylight.
Yeah. So yeah,
What next?
you get the OS in, you find out all the things about them, then you need to plan the whole process. What people, when they're murdering someone, often don't think about is they go, yep, gonna kill someone. They never really plan the aftermath, where people are looking for you, they're looking for the body, they're looking for how it was done, kind of chain of evidence, all that sort of stuff. So you need to plan it out. Now, if anyone does go and kill someone, please don't blame me, because I'll tell you how to do it. Just clarification. So you get all your things together, you get your tools, you get your location, you've got the aftermath, so you need to burn the body, drown it in acid, dump it in the sea, whatever you want to do with that. Alright, okay, in a lake, fine. In the Clyde, why not? There's many bodies in there.
That's not a lake.
A river, fuck it, that'd be fine. And then you build the process. You then build your alibi, so when you get asked what were you doing at 3 in the morning at the Clyde, you go, well, I was out jet skiing. That's what you do at 3 in the morning at the Clyde.
On the Clyde?
Yeah, fuck it. Maybe I've not got the best alibi. I'm not going to kill someone. It's probably not the best idea. Anyway, so then we get to profiling our target. These were meant to be like transparent characters. I should clarify, I'm not a racist. It's them not killing me. Okay? So, we really need to get this edited before it goes online. So yeah, we pick out our habits of our target. So we go and find out, maybe they've got a daily routine. Maybe they're like me and every lunchtime they go to a coffee shop. So you know they're going to be there at that certain time. They're going to be there for an hour. So, or maybe their daily routine, they commute to work, so they leave the house 8 o'clock every morning. Or like us, late, whatever. Or maybe they do things in their spare time. Maybe they go to strip clubs, or I don't know why. Running things.
You've got to stop basing these scenarios all on yourself.
Cuts deep, man.
Open your mind to other opportunities.
Maybe they like skydiving.
Oh no.
Anyway, so you pick out the things that would define them as a person, and you could pick to play on to kill them. So once we sort of have an idea, we pick a location for the murder. So when it comes to internet-enabled things, there's maybe 2 main locations. You've got your house, and you've probably got where you work. So home-related stuff.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's the boring bit.
He's got low self-esteem. It's all okay.
Yes.
Well, if he didn't have, he has now.
Yeah. So you pick where the kind of the main kind of use case would be. So home. A lot of people have got internet-enabled houses now. You've got like light bulbs. You've got appliances. You've got control systems for your house, you've got smart locks, you've got smart washing machines, you name it, there's probably some smart content. You name it, Ken's probably hacked it at some point. So you've got that. Then you've got your daily routines. So maybe they go to a coffee shop, and maybe that coffee shop uses smart coffee machines. Nobody thought of that. Maybe you can kill them with their smartphone. Maybe you can plan their going to be location, that sort of thing. So once we've got a sort of plan together, we actually do the deed. So we use the different appliances in the house. We find out in their house they've got a smart gas fire, because somebody thought that was a good idea. And we set the gas on, we leave the gas running all day. Typical, leave it all day. And then when they get home, you ignite the switch. Dead. Burn the house down. Great. That's one method. Or if they've got really bad epilepsy, you set the lights to flash really quickly, several times a second, give the epileptic fit. Dead.
I can kill you with a pork chop, but it's kind of dependent on you not being Jewish.
But that's not internet related.
Yeah, because I defrost your freezer when you're on holiday. And then refreeze it, and then when you eat the pork chops, you die. That's not in the quiz, though. That's a freebie. We don't advocate murder under any circumstances, neither do our sponsors or our employers, which I don't have one of at the moment. So feel free to offer me a job, anybody. Crack on.
Every opportunity you get, you're just going to ask for a job, aren't you?
I know, man. I'm unemployed.
Fair enough. He needs a job. Yeah, so...
On purpose.
So home appliances...
I didn't get fired.
He didn't kill anyone, that's just...
Oh, no, I didn't do that either.
Yes, you've got smart devices, you've got smartphones, internet, all the things. Somebody suggested this last night, why can't you just order a hitman on the dark web and get them to kill someone? It's like, well, yeah, that's technically using the internet, but it's not to the method that we're hoping to achieve.
It's quite boring, unimaginative.
Yeah. You want to be smart about these things and play about with them. So then you pick maybe a place of work. Maybe they work in a hospital, and maybe that hospital uses smart devices, like maybe they've got smart X-ray machines or somebody. This isn't in your quiz. Am I ruining your quiz?
Yeah, don't give the game away, dude. Move on.
Anyway, medical stuff. Maybe they work in kind of like national infrastructure, so they've got kind of industrial control systems that you can maybe hack using Shodan. Go and find out that they use, I don't know, a water valve or something. You turn that on, you pop it, and they're working away and they're dead. Then you've got random other shit. So like nowadays, just about anything's connected to the internet. So if you're working in a place of work, like one of my pals is a tattooist, and you can get IoT tattoo guns because who thought that was a good idea? And
nice one. I actually came up with a plan last year for an exercise for the government to train people in cybersecurity, where I was going to murder Claire Balding. Anyone a fan of Claire Balding? She's not here, is she? Because she heard about this and she got really upset. Basically, we were going to infiltrate the AV network at the the BT Sports Studios at the Olympic Park, where I live in London. And while she was doing a live piece to camera, we were going to manipulate the sound waves in her earpiece and blow her head up like on scanners. She wasn't best pleased, but it's, I think, still doable. The science is good. Anyway,
so we've got that. We kill the person, so we've got our target. We've killed them. Oops. now we have the. Oh, thank fucking God. So now we've got the kind of right. We need to cover our tracks. So the kind of final steps we take. We need to destroy our evidence. We need to sort of build an alibi why we were hanging about outside Starbucks, or Costa, or Cothel, or whatever at 3 a.m, or McDonald's. Everything.
Or Burger King. I like a Burger King.
Or KFC, or Nando's, or whatever. Why you were hanging about wherever you were at 3 a.m. Then you need to sort of get away with it, or try and get away with it, and then you need to think, who are we going to kill next? What's the aftermath? So, destroying the evidence. When it comes to like destroying the evidence, you want to kind of augment the chain of evidence, the chain of custody, the forensic process. So, take your laptop or whatever you've used to hack into what you're going to do, and you destroy it. Wouldn't recommend thermite, doesn't work. I haven't tried it personally, but there's a great talk on, it was at DEF CON 13 or something. A guy called Zed talked about hard drive destruction and all the various ways you can destroy a hard drive that don't work. So would highly recommend you check it out. I'll put it on Twitter later on. So destroy your machine. The best way of doing it is using like magnesium or something. So you can buy that on the internet, use that to destroy your laptop, it's fine. And then you want to kind of start to litter your path with random shit. So that you're not getting straight in, straight out. You've got little bits here and there that kind of throw the police off.
Obfuscation.
That's the one. Obfuscation. It's too early in the morning for big words. It's just not. So yeah, you throw off the scent. You throw off the kind of the path that the police are taking. I just start fucking about with them. So like, if you murdered someone at 3 a.m, start going out at random times a day, so that if they've got somebody sitting outside your house, you're fine. If you're getting profiled for government clearance, probably do that as well, because you've done DV, it's sort of similar. Yeah, so throw off MI6 or whatever. So then you need to build your alibi. So this sort of falls under the prerequisites like I discussed previously. It's you need to plan it before you do it. So it's all fine and well going, right, cool, I'm going to kill Brian tomorrow. But then if you don't plan what you're going to do the next day, or the next day, or the next day, yeah, it can get a bit kind of tight and awkward sometimes. So, yeah. These are the last sort of slides. And then you have the getaway. So where do you go from here once you've killed someone, once you've dissolved the body, hid the body, covered your tracks? you go and plan another murder? Do you go and move to Cyprus? Do you go and do something else?
Other countries are available.
Do you move to Vegas? You pick what you're going to do, and then you just go with it and run. And that's how you kill someone. So now we've got Brian, who's going
Excellent.
to do some stuff.
So the underlying point here is a little bit serious in that we all work in InfoSec or whatever else you want to call our profession. What? Don't walk across. I'm covering up your logo because Ken won't give me a job. With my arse, look. We're kind of the gatekeepers of the digital world because we work in InfoSec, cybersecurity, whatever name you want to give it. And very seriously, don't want to be a buzzkill. It will get funnier in a second. The skills that you need.
I thought I was pretty.
You were mildly amusing at points, I thought, but I was mostly laughing at your ginger hair. The skills you need to plan, effectively conduct, and then escape from a murder are some of the skills that you actually need to protect the digital estate as well. So, as Andy has said, a lot of the skills that you need to kill people with the internet are the skills you need to help to defend the internet as well. So, hopefully you'll take something away from this in that you need to be a little bit more outward thinking about your approach to whatever your day job is, whether it be pen testing or intel gathering or whatever. But now, in order to demonstrate the reason why this is becoming an issue and people can be murdered with the internet, we're going to have a little bit of an audience participation exercise because I've written a game show called The Internet of Death. Would you like to load up the slide, please, Mr. whatever your name is? Right, so here we go. Yeah, it's definitely not gone right. So there are 4 rounds of this quiz, but we've ditched the sex round because Ken's on later and he's going to talk about sex. And I didn't want to steal his thunder. So we've only got 3 rounds, so I'm going to need 3 people. I have picked who I want to do it already. And so what we've got here, say, for example, the medical round, there are 5 examples of how medical technology connected to the internet may potentially be used to murder somebody, and one of them's actually true, and the other ones I just made up an hour ago before you came into the room. So, come on, you can come and play the first round. So, a round of applause for our willing victim. Now, you just got to basically pick a number from 1 to 5. Then you can help. What number should he pick? Audience, shout. 5, right. Pick number 5. Click once number 5, please, in round 1. Right then. So, my granny went to hospital and somebody hacked the network and upped the morphine drip into her arm and killed the old bird stone dead. Do you think that's true or have I made it up? It's true or have I made it up? It's true. Who thinks it's true? Do you think it's true? I think that's Is it true? Click the answer button, please. No, it's fake. Right, now click back to main board. Pick another number. What about number 3? Did someone say pick number 3? See where I'm going with this, right? Right, oh, here's another one. Yeah, so my granny, before she actually died from the morphine drip, she was in a hospital bed. Someone hacked into the smart bed and started waggling her leg up and down like that until she died of a deep vein thrombosis. Do you think that's true? Anyone? Show of hands. Is it true or is it fake? What do you think?
Lies.
Do you think it's fake? What's the answer, please, Andy? Yes, it's fake. Let's go back. Right, what about number 4? Anyone number 4? Let's have a go at number 4. Come on.
I'm so glad I get to pick these numbers.
Right then. I can't remember what I said about this one. Yeah. So someone's hacked the traffic management radio system in the ambulance service and made them all line up outside the hospital, so no one was picking up any patients or dropping them off. Do you think that's fake or true?
Fake.
Fake or true? Fake. Well, it's kind of true because the NHS did it to themselves the other day, but actually, it's fake. Right, go back to the main board. What about number 1? Let's go number 1. Number 1 looks good, right? Yeah. So number 1. They've got robot doctors in America. Apparently one went rogue last year because the robot doctor with his artificial intelligence had been told to cure cancer. And the robot doctor's approach was to kill all the humans because they're the only ones that have cancer. Therefore curing cancer, right? True or fake?
Fake.
Do you think it's true or fake? Someone said true. Is it true or fake, Andy? Oh, that's fake as well. Right, let's go back to number 2. Kind of giving away the game here. Right, brain implants. Apparently, if you've got a brain implant that is wirelessly enabled, it can be manipulated into causing you to kill yourself or other people. True or fake?
True.
Well, it's the last one, so kind of got to be, hasn't it? Yes, Andy. Absolutely true. Last week in the Register, Belgian scientists said they could manipulate a wirelessly enabled brain implant and make you kill yourself or someone else. Anyone got a brain implant? No? I mean, you don't... Yes? Are you scratching your head? Sorry. Because that's where the implant is. Right, well, round of applause for this idiot. There you go. There was a prize. Right, now I need someone... Where's Thomas? Thomas, come and play round 2. Round of applause for Thomas, my friend Thomas. Right, round 2 is all based on terrorism. Right, let's just go 1 to 5, because I basically lost interest by this point. What's number 1? Drones. So you can hack into military drones and make them land on people's heads and kill them. Anyone think that's true? Is it true? Is it true?
True.
Is it true, Andy? No, it's fake. I saw it in a film. Number 2. What are you doing? No. Number 2. What's number 2 in terrorism? Yeah. So actually, this is quite... I got into trouble for this one. Does anyone know what universal credit is? Judging by the dress code today, I'm assuming quite a lot of you. I cracked that joke before. So I was on a security event at BT Centre in London, and the guy after me was Kieran Martin. Does anyone know who he is? Yeah, he's the director of the National Cybersecurity Centre at GCHQ. And someone asked me, whilst I was standing here doing this, basically, but without the sunglasses, if I was going to launch a terrorist attack against the UK, what would I do? And I said, I'd hack into universal credit and cut people's benefits off. Because I'm a magistrate. I used to take people's benefits away if they hadn't paid their council tax. And it's the most thing that causes the most pain and the most anguish and the most anger in people is to stop them getting their benefits. So if you turned off universal credit, there'd be a riot 10 times the size of Duggan in about 10 minutes. So is that true? Or did I make it up? What's the answer? Do you think it's fake?
Yeah, I think it's fake.
He thinks it's fake. Do you think it's fake? Yeah, it is fake. Hurry up. Come on. Yeah, it's fake. Next one. What's number 3? Terrorism. Warships, right. I did an exercise at the British military tournament, the very last one they ever had at Earl's Court, where we had a scenario where some people had infiltrated the GPS network of an ocean-going vessel, and basically the captain thought he was at sea in open water, but he was actually 5 foot away from the coast of Somalia, and then loads of pirates got on board and killed him. Do you think that's true or fake?
That's possibly true.
Possibly true, anyone? Well, actually, it's fake. I made it up this morning. Quick, click the button. Comedy timing, Gill. Christ. Number 4. We're nearly there, right? There's only one more round, and it's not about sex. Right, GM Foods. Who thinks that terrorists could infiltrate the food network? And they do a lot of this in America, where they're growing corn and stuff, and put things into our food chain that might kill us all. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, fake.
Fake. You think it's fake? It's fake. It is fake. Click the button. Quick, what's number 5? Could it be true? There's a water filtration plant. Who thinks terrorists might have infiltrated the SCADA network of one of these things, potentially in the middle of a Syrian civil war, killing loads of people because they upped the chlorine content of the water so no one could drink it? Anyone think that's true?
It's true.
It's true. Anyone think it's true? Yeah.
Plot
Come on.
twist is fake.
Quick, what's the answer? It's true. Yeah, it was in the register, so it must be true.
You need to get a better source of information.
I had a bit more. I had 10 minutes. Give me a break. Thank you, Thomas. A round of applause. Right, round 3, we're nearly finished. Actual ways you can use the internet to kill people. So now round 3 is not sex because we ditched it, but I don't know, the slides didn't work. So it's actually services. So the services that we all use. So where's my final do you want to play services? Come on. There will be a prize, but I haven't gone to the shops yet. Round of applause for player 3. Right then. So these are things that I think you could use the internet to kill people with. So number 1, Andy, please. What's number 1? No. In the other bit. There. Right. That's traffic management systems, right? So if you hacked into the office where they run the traffic lights and the roundabouts and stuff, and then you turn them all red or green and people crash all their cars, do you think that's true or fake? Fake. Anyone else? Everyone think it's fake? Yes, it is. I saw it on Die Hard 4.0. Thank you. Number 2. There's a theme here. Number 2, power stations, right? Do you think hackers could people get into the power stations and turn off the electricity and the gas? True or fake?
Fake.
Fake, everyone? Yes? Bit of support here. Is it fake? Yes, that was on Die Hard 4.0 as well. Number 3, banking. Do you think people could get into the banking system and make sure there's no money coming out of the ATM?
Fake.
Fake? Everyone think it's fake? Yes! Is it fake? Yep, that was on Die Hard 4.0 as well. Number 4. Do you think people are going to hack into like the airports and make sure that the air traffic control couldn't make the planes land or take off and stuff? Fake. Everyone think it's fake? Yes, come on. I'm not feeling the love here. Yes, it is fake. That was in all the diehards, I think. And last one, a car wash. Right? Where your dad takes the car to, and he took his to one the other day. It's very blue. It's even more blue now because he's cleaned it. Do you think people could get into the computers that control the car wash and make the car wash kill people? True or fake?
True.
Is it true? Do you think it's true? It's absolutely true. What's the answer, Andy? Yes, it's on the register as well. People can kill you with the car wash. Well done. Thank you very much. A round of applause. I'll get you a prize later. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Internet of Death, version 1.0, chapter 1. Yep. There's more to come when we actually get our shit together. But the concept, I think, is a valid one in that eventually the internet will be used to kill people in larger numbers than it already is. We've demonstrated real ways you can do it. The science is valid. I don't know if people are actually dead yet.
The method in which you can do it, so the whole process.
Exactly. So please don't tell everyone we told you how to get away with it. But bear in mind that the internet is a tool of homicide, should it be needed. And on behalf of Andy and myself, thank you for listening. I hope we were on time.
Have we got any questions?
Have we got any? Oh, God, really? What on earth would you want to ask about that? How are we for time? Are we done?
I don't know.
Well, if you've got questions, we'll be outside later because we were the first up, so we're done now. We can basically...
We don't have the applause cards.
Kick. But, oh, shit, we didn't do that one. Yeah, we had some applause slides as well, but just applaud us now. Come on. Awesome. Thanks very much.